Hello, and welcome to UCR. My name is Sarah Gahn, and I am the Outreach Coordinator for Counseling and Psychological Services, or CAPS. Today, we are going to talk about some resources for you as you begin your journey at UCR as students. We are aware that college can be tough for many students. Given the additional pressures and rigors of university programs, we want to ensure that you are aware of the support you have available to you. CAPS provides confidential talk therapy by a variety of mental health professionals, licensed clinical psychologists, licensed marriage and family therapists, licensed clinical social workers, and supervised doctoral interns. We see clients individually, in groups, or in couples therapy when both students are registered at UCR. Initial intake assessments are important aspects of beginning treatment, as this assessment guides treatment planning and options for potential referrals. CAPS provides consultations by phone to students in distress, for students who may be concerned for another student, to problem solve when a student may be in distress with TAs, faculty or staff, or even family members, always maintaining appropriate confidentiality, of course. When appropriate for treatment, we also help provide referrals off campus for long-term or specialty care, or for psychiatric medications on and off campus. I would like to highlight and emphasize students do not need insurance to access CAPS services. Student services at CAPS are free to all registered students. Please check out our website for many more resources and follow us on social media. There are a lot of common misconceptions about mental health and help seeking in general that may serve as a barrier to seeking treatment. A common misconception that counseling is only for those who are mentally unstable or something is wrong with them. Actually, everyone struggles at different times in their lives. Sometimes it is helpful to seek support when struggling to help manage difficult feelings or situations and decrease the impact on functioning, and specifically on university achievement. As new UCR students going through a big transition and taking on more than ever, it is not uncommon to be overwhelmed. Many also believe help in general or counseling is indicative of a flaw in character, or may go against a cultural or even spiritual belief. Reaching out can be one of the hardest things to do when in the midst of struggling, particularly when there's still so much stigma around help seeking and mental health. In reality, though many groups believe they would never seek help from counseling, we actually see a representative sample of students on campus across ethnicity and gender, for example. There is often an expectation that getting into and having an appointment will immediately alleviate mental health concerns. In reality, change takes time. CAPS is here to help guide students on their journey leading to where they want to be, but nothing happens overnight, and we certainly don't have all the answers. Going through the therapeutic process will hopefully help you manage the stressors and concern, but more importantly, will help you build skills that you can use over your lifetime. We often hear concerns that CAPS clinicians do not represent the diversity of the campus community. At CAPS, we value every member of our team and celebrate our uniqueness. Our team comes from all sorts of backgrounds and experiences, but we share the high value of supporting diversity, inclusion, and social justice. So we may all look different, we are all here to support our UCR graduate students and community. A common comment we hear is that it takes too long to get scheduled for an appointment. Over the last few years, CAPS has increased our staff by 1/3. And while we still are busy, we have made great strides to reduce wait times. Currently, in this COVID-19 era, our wait times for initial assessments have actually decreased, and oftentimes we are able to see students very quickly, within a few days of them contacting us. Of course, that changes throughout the year as our demand waves back and forth, but we are diligent to create a space where students can feel they can access services quickly. We are often told that students are reluctant to seek services at CAPS for a variety of reasons, including concerns that they don't want other students to know they are services. Actually, 12% of undergrads and 18% of graduate students last year visited CAPS. Also, with COVID-19, we've had the benefit of creating a robust online therapy option at CAPS. We expect that will be continued to some degree and will benefit those students who are concerned with anonymity from others in a waiting room. During COVID-19, our team had to work quickly to ensure that our students had the support they needed by being able to access our services in a safe and effective manner via online therapy. Currently, students are able to call us on our main line and select option 2 to leave a message to schedule an appointment. One of our admin support members will call you back, typically within 30 minutes, to schedule an appointment. We realize that while this is working well, it is not ideal, and we are in the process of updating our system to allow for direct phone contact, which we will hope to be in place by fall quarter. Urgent services are available by calling our main number and selecting option 1. This urgent consultation will allow to speak with a live, trained mental health clinician and is available 24/7. Confidentiality. This can be a big topic, so we want to discuss it further. CAPS is a confidential office. That means, unless you want us to talk to a professor, family member, partner, and you explicitly sign a release of information authorization form, we will not be able to disclose any information about you or any other clients, including if you've ever been to CAPS for treatment. This is important to know that there is a safe space to come to and discuss anything with your therapist without fear of someone else finding out. I do want to go into a little more detail about what you can do when you find yourself or another student in a crisis. In times that it is clear there is imminent danger to the student or someone else, please call 911 or campus police for emergency services. If you need a consultation that is not an emergency, please feel free to call CAPS during normal business hours and leave a message, and a trained professional will get back to you as soon as possible. If you need to speak to a crisis counselor right away and cannot wait for a call back, but there is still no imminent threat of harm, you can call our main line and select option 1 to speak to a crisis counselor. Things that you may want to consult about may be noticing another student is having a hard time getting up and ready several days in a row, impacting their academics, social, or family life, recent loss of a loved one or a traumatic event, or they're posting or saying things that are of concern. Currently, CAPS clinicians are licensed only to practice in California. As we know, some UCR students are out of state and even out of the country. We want to be sure you have information on how to access services if you are in that situation. With UC Ship insurance, or UC Ship, you can access both out of the country and out of state therapy and psychiatry through the Blue Cross Blue Shield Global Care Program, which is linked on this presentation and available on our website. The UC Office of the President has been lobbying on our behalf to allow for UC practitioners to practice outside of California in support of our campus community. We are hopeful that this will be allowed and will keep you apprised via our website on that status. Of course, we will always assist with referrals and making connections, and will be sure to transition with support any existing clients if we could no longer support them due to these restrictions in practice. We also have included a few international crisis hotlines in hopes that might be helpful too. Here are a few more local and national resources that are also available on our website for help related to suicidal thoughts, LGBTQ hotlines, trans hotlines, and a California warm line. We also have a whole host of other resources on our Resources for Self-Help and Making Connections button, located on our CAPS homepage. Warm lines are very useful for those who are not in crisis, but just want to speak to a peer about anything they may be going through or seeking support for. It is a great resource if they need an anonymous outlet, and may also be a good referral resource for peers or other students as well. Please be sure to visit our website at counseling.ucr.edu for much more information. We have some great additional resources available on our website that look at how to help and respond to students who may be in distress or needing support. Promoting Student Mental Health is a detailed guide that even speaks to cultural aspects of supporting student mental health and tips for the classroom. The Red Folder is a brief guide with basic decision tree and critical resource. These have good information to support you, your peers, or even, as some of you may be TAs in the future, your students. These are available to download or review on our website. We hope you are feeling more confident about the mental health services available at CAPS and how you can access those services. We hope that your higher education journey will be a successful one here at UCR, and we look forward to serving you throughout your university experience. Have a wonderful day.